So when you're looking for an SUV, you're looking for something fuel efficient, very nice to run, super practical, and yet, honestly, Land Rover says, screw you guys. This is a Defender V8. They shortened it, so they cut off the rear doors. It's now less practical. It has a 525 horsepower supercharged V8. So fuel economy, none. Practicality, none. Is it fun? Well, let's find out, because this car is absolutely insane if you look at it. So yeah, the V8 Defender 90. What a crazy combination this thing is. And as soon as you start it, you can really feel it's something special. So if you don't really know, we have the well-known, and this one I truly love. I've driven it in so many cars. It's the 5-liter supercharged V8 that you can also find in, or you used to find in F-Type, the previous Range Rover, but the Range Rover Sport SVR as well, F-Pace SVR, which is a really understated product. It's really cool, and just yeah, this is truth be honest, this is a very old engine. I mean, super old, so old that we're driving the 2024 model year right now, but in the facelift, the 2025 that was just revealed, I mean, come on, hear that. And there's this little there's this little hint of supercharger whine. It's absolutely lovely. Yeah, I was talking, so for the facelift, they had to remove 100 horsepower from the engine. So this one still makes 525 horsepower. If you want to get a new one, a brand new one, the facelift, it's only a 425 horsepower. And my guess is that because this car is so old, they removed a little bit of the power to increase the efficiency, lower the CO2 emissions, and still make it possible for you to have this car. Does it matter that you only have 425 horsepower instead of 525? To be honest, I don't think it matters that much, because this car, it isn't really meant to be like hauling ass. It's just doing this, and have the big rumble of the V8, and it makes it, even though it's basically the same as any other Defender apart from the V8. It's such a cool experience. You have to, yeah. And I've also driven quite a few Defenders in recent years. I've driven the 90, the 110, and recently the 130 as well, that Rob has been driving. And I've driven all the different power plants, from the straight 6 petrol to the straight 6 diesel, all sorts of engines in all sorts of platforms. And I can confidently tell you that a 90 works with a petrol engine. It doesn't make any sense in a 110, to be honest, because it feels like the 110 is too big, the wheelbase is too long, it's a little bit heavier, and it just feels like it's not as agile as a car. Not saying that this is pretty agile, to be honest, because it isn't, and yeah, you're sitting high up, it has this big body roll, but in a 90 it works, and it's crazy how just shortening the wheelbase, ditching a little bit of weight, because this is still a very big and very heavy car, somehow it feels like it works, and the engine doesn't feel like you have to rev it out all the time, and you could just easily get onto it. I mean, with the V8 as well. We'll turn around and I'll just give you a little taste of what it sounds like. And there we go. This thing is nuts. And this as well, the hint of supercharger, that's what gets me. And it's also just because of the supercharger, there's so much torque down low. I can put it in like 6th gear, 1100 RPM. Just pick up the pedal, and it's going very, very, very fast as well. There's plenty of torque available, and if you then like push it a little bit, it's not meant for this, not at all. But if you then like get onto 3000 RPM, it goes. So like hit the pedal and it really, it's such a cool engine. I'm so sad that this is like the final car, and seeing with the facelift that they had to cut horsepower. It really is, this engine is on its last legs, but it's one of Jaguar Land Rover's best engines in the time I've been driving cars. Honestly, I really love this engine, and it's what made me love superchargers, because the power is instantly there. You have so much power at your disposal without muffled turbochargers cutting your sound, and you have the naturally aspirated sound, and then with the whine as well. I mean, there's this sharp pitched whine coming from the front that really, it sucks in air, it squeezes it into the engine. It's such a cool thing. Other than that, like I said, we have pretty much a very similar Defender to what else we have overall. We have nice cup holders. We have a big infotainment screen which holds a lot of functions. We have vehicle dimensions, which is really handy if you're in a car park, because it also, if you lift or lower the car, it'll show you. It also shows approach and departure angles. So we have like 30 degrees in the front, 37 in the back, which is really impressive, and that's what the Defender is about. It's what I don't like too much with the 130, because you're losing a lot in the back because of the long overhang. A Defender should have short overhangs, and yeah, the 90 really is the epitome of that. It only has a 2.6 meter wheelbase, and it's like less than 5 meters long. For a new car as big as this, it's crazy. And yeah, climate control still with a lot of buttons here, which I really like. I'm glad also in the facelift that they didn't remove this like they did with the Range Rover. And also with any Defender we have the very big nice steering wheel. It's a really big wheel, and I really like it. We have these aluminium pedals as well, and this one is actually in the optional finished black finish, which is really nice. I do prefer the lighter finish, but it's really nice, and the material choices as well. Material choices everywhere. It's really nice. Some Defenders, they sometimes have, I don't know what the type of cloth is they use, but it feels a bit like the things you would make a swimsuit out of, which is great unless you get it wet, not wet, but unless you get it dirty, because then it really sticks into it, and it's so hard to clean. I'm actually speaking from experience. I have driven some Defenders off-road, got them messy on the inside, and spent the rest of the afternoon cleaning. I mean, come on. This is such a nice engine. I cannot say that enough. It's a pricey one. I know it's a pricey one, but it's the last of its kind. And I mean, again, I've said this isn't what the Defender is about, but you can really, like, we're at 4, and then it goes. And it's really fast. I mean, honestly, 525 horsepower is way too much. I'm honestly, like, I saw the Octa came out, and I was like, did we really need this? It's nuts. Furthermore, I was saying from the interior as well, I really like the Defender interior. It's a very well thought out product. There's also these new parts here that you can get rid of them, which is really nice. So you can have the open experience like they were in the first ones. Let's get going. But also we have a lot of extra storage space these days, and as well with any Land Rover product, and this I really love. We have a optional fridge. I mean, I don't get why a lot of other manufacturers, they don't do this, because I feel like it is a really nice benefit. I've driven to Le Mans with a 130 last week, and I packed some bottles into the fridge, kept them cool for the full journey, and it's so nice to not halfway have like semi-warm drinks, or if you stop at a petrol station, like now the sun is blazing hot, the car gets hot, and then your water heats up as well. With the fridge, it keeps it ice cooled, and if I'm saying ice cool, it's as cool as your fridge, which is really nice. If we're talking about 90, that means we only have 3 doors, or like 2 doors and then the trunk door, which opens up sideways like with any Defender. But we still have a lot of space for people in the back. It's not very crammed inside, so it's a really nice place to be even on longer journeys. It's a really comfortable thing. The only downside to that is, yeah, with such a small car, something has to give, and that what has to give is the trunk. It's honestly, I think it's that deep. It's, yeah, it's a trunk for ants, to be honest. It feels like a supercar in that sense, because the trunk is just so tiny. You can lay down the seats and then you have a big trunk as well, but it's either going with 2 people and having a lot of space in the trunk, or 4 or even 5 and like bringing nothing, or keeping all of the bags on every one of the passengers. It's not what the 90 is for. I think the 90 is a very leisurely vehicle. People love it just because of the way it looks, and honestly, I think it looks stunning. A lot of people have criticized the Defender for looking too modern and being too much away from what it previously used to be, and while that might be the case, I think this is still a very, very solid product. It's super comfortable for day-to-day living, which I know the Defender from before wasn't really that, but in a car like this, if you're really driving on a daily basis, wouldn't you want it to be comfortable? Maybe some character has been lost, but if you're really looking for character, get the V8. Jesus Christ. This is such a solid product, and even like playing with the pedals, it's not meant for it. I keep saying it's not a sports car, it's really a cruiser, but you have these very good, cool pedals. They're aluminium pedals. They also sound very nice. See, the tactility is there, but yeah, you can keep it in the gears a little longer and enjoy the V8 because it's such a cool product. The downside to that, with it being a big car, heavy, older engine, is it does consume a lot. It's a big car with a big tank, but even good luck getting more than 550 kilometers out of it. It's not a car that you'll be taking for long distances every day. If you're having to travel a lot, then you're better off with the diesel. But I think if you're taking a diesel, then you should bring it to a 110 because it's the more practical one. This really is the goofy one, and it's just like your short day-to-day daily driver. You don't need a lot of space. It is quite practical because it's only like 5 meters with the tire included, so it does feel easily to park. The turning circle is quite short, and honestly it drives really, really lovely. And I feel like I'm a broken record going on, but honestly, that V8, it is a beauty, really. And also, if you just leave it in drive, like we'll do now, you don't really have to push it as well. It just, you can just ride the torque, and it's going along super nicely. The only thing with the Defender V8 is, and it's something that gets a little lost on me, because I believe if we're going to other cars which had the same V8, something like F-Pace SVR or whatever, those cars, they were around 100, 120. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong on this. This car, the Defender V8, in 90 form, it starts at 146,000 euros, which is a lot of money for a small car and something that isn't really all too practical. But as I said, I think this really is a toy, and I've expressed my love for G-classes, and honestly, the G-Class is still like very close to my heart because I really like how it looks. It's super rugged. The interior quality of a G-Class is definitely a step above this. It's a Mercedes product, so that's that. But honestly, if you're driving for a long time, this is more comfortable. The interior is more spacious. It sits more comfortable. It rides very nice. And yeah, if you're taking it in a diesel, you can have either 90 or 110. You can have different shapes. It's a lot less expensive. And also with a 110, it's a lot bigger on the inside for people in the front, people in the back, but also the trunk. So as I said, I really love the G-Class, and I still think the G-Class is a lot cooler than this. But if you're telling me that for the rest of my life I'd have to spend my days in a G-Class or in a Defender 110 or even a 90, I'd pick the 90 because it's just, or the 110, the Defender, because it's the more comfortable and more usable car. And I said you can't really compare them one-on-one because yes, the budget is quite different, but I feel like a lot of what you're paying for in a G-Class is the finish and the status, because yeah, otherwise this is great. And also it has the latest features as well. You have all these towing features. It's super nice. Yeah, it also has air filters which will purify the pollen for you, which is really nice because I'm struggling with with the pollen currently. And yeah, electrical tow bar, weight sensing. There's a lot of features in here. The trailer towing feature, yeah, the cameras as well. See, we can have the cameras run up. You have off-road cameras as well, showing you the wheels. Everything is super well done in this car. So I think the Defender, it's still the ultimate off-roader with this V8. It's one of the coolest things you can buy in an SUV form, especially in 90. I don't think it would suit it in a 110 with the V8. Gets the D350. The diesel 6-cylinder has been increased by 50 horsepower in the facelift, which is a really nice thing. So yeah, it all depends on what your use case is, how much you're willing to spend. But Land Rover, honestly, thank you for still putting this V8 even up to the facelift in a new car like this, because it is such a beautiful thing. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.